My name is Mike Biseglia. I'm 37 years old, and I use the Lawnmower 3.0. Use my promo code, Mike Delivers, all one word, and you can get 20% off plus free shipping on your own Lawnmower 3.0. What is the Lawnmower 3.0? It is an electric trimmer that cleans your ball hair. I recommend it, I use it, and it's helped my life tremendously. As a 37-year-old that's feeling bad about himself because he turned 37 and the age has turned a corner, the best thing I have going for me right now is the Lawnmower 3.0. Use my promo code, Mike Delivers, all one word, you get 20% off. You can even have mine. You can have my used Lawnmower 3.0.
Welcome inside Mike Delivers from his wife's, cat's, his own living room. Here's your host, Mike Biseglia.
That's right, this is Mike Delivers, episode number 76. Holy shit, how do we get there? And I'm your host, Mike Biseglia, and I'm coming to you from my wife's kitchen in Bloomfield, New Jersey. Jess, good evening, and welcome to another edition of May Madness Firehouse Subs Time. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
That was so condescending. Come on. You
wasn't condescending.
Sounded like you were on like a talk. It sounded like you were on CNN. Like, let's now go to our correspondent who's got the latest numbers with the pandemic.
I was just being formal.
You got it. Thanks for having me. You're the best. Shout out to the O'Brien Creative Group. They are the guys that made my amazing logo. If you want a logo just like me, well, you know, it would be different. It'd be unique for you, but look similar and look great. Not that you'd be a coffee shop with the Mike Delivers logo, be like, this makes no sense. But head over to see my show notes. It's in there, O'Brien Creative Group, O'BrienCreativeGroup.com. And besides the awesome logo, they do a great job with brand identity and helping you market your business. So I highly recommend checking them out. Jessica, how are you? Again.
I'm still good.
Well, you've been fiddling on your phone. I got a little intimidated.
I don't like. I feel weird giving you like intense eye contact while you're talking about that.
I got you.
I don't mind. No, next week I'm going to just really
stare at me.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can do this while you stare at me. You ready? 3, 2. You don't say the 1. It's like a radio thing. So
okay.
It's easier to edit. 3, 2. That's right. This is Mike. Mike Delivers, episode number 75. And I'm your host, Mike Biseglia. And I'm coming to you from my wife's kitchen in Bloomfield, New Jersey. I think I spit on you giving that whole thing. Well, today's the Firehouse sub. It's the third installment in our May Madness of sandwiches that we will be trying. Next week, we're not positive yet on the fourth one, but we should have some answers. It's all based on what we can find, really, in this area. I, though, did like your idea for what we could do in June, and it was just do different things from Red Lobster every week. I love that idea.
Don't they have a month where they do something like that, like Lobster Madness or something?
Maybe.
They have to have a gimmick.
But, I mean, we'd have to look at the menu.
Or
and
the Endless Shrimp Summer or something stupid like
See,
that.
I love the idea. So, are you game if in June you want to do this with me? I mean...
Yeah, that's fine.
I want to do... But I think we should do, like, one night the steak.
Well, my question...
That would be awesome.
Where is... Now, the only thing is, are we, like...
I know where there's a lobster.
Are we backing ourselves into a hole of, like, driving to Red Lobster and it's far away?
It is kind of far away, yeah. It's
okay.
by... I'm speaking out loud here, but if you go on Route 46 and you go towards the Willowbrook Mall, do you know where the Willowbrook driving range is that we went to one time? It's on that street.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, this technically was on
it's
that
about there.
street as well.
I think we should do one night where we get like a linguine lobster. I want to do a steak one night, a fun appetizer, and then maybe like a soup.
Okay, all right.
Like all different types of things.
Well, you didn't mention any like form of seafood there, by the way.
Yeah, I said lobster linguine.
Oh, lobster linguine. Okay.
I said a soup, which could be seafood.
I hate soup.
An appetizer, which could be seafood, and a steak, which
could be seafood. I feel like we should actually get seafood. Like we should get like lobster tails or shrimp or something.
Well, I get the full lobster.
Ugh, okay.
You got to
We
get
can
the
talk
full
about
lobster.
that. Yeah, we'll talk
I
about
guess
that.
the lobster there would be just as good, right? Because a lobster's a lobster. I mean, I know Maine lobster is typically
I guess
sweeter.
if it's just steamed.
But if you're just steaming a lobster, it's probably pretty good. I don't know about all the other shit that's on the menu where it's like in this cream sauce dipped in this chicken.
Well, I think it'd be fun to do like
cheese.
a sampler or something. But we are getting way ahead of ourselves.
Yes, we are. I'm getting a little excited for the lobster time. But today, it is about the Roadhouse subs.
Roadhouse?
Isn't that what it's called?
Firehouse.
Oh, shit. What's Roadhouse? That's a steakhouse.
Texas Roadhouse.
Texas Roadhouse. We did not try
I
that.
like Texas
This
Roadhouse.
episode's all over the place.
Yeah, I know.
It is the Firehouse subs, which is in Totowa, New Jersey. And we've already done Jersey Mike's. We've done Subway. And this was the third spot we tried for.
Yes, this one is definitely one of the most like well ranked
Change sandwich places?
Well, yeah, actually, it was the number one fast casual chain,
What does that mean?
number one favorite sandwich chain, and number 4 overall chain.
Number 4 overall chain. Wow.
Yes.
Based on what?
I mean, these were just, I don't know,
Some
different
random blogs.
rankings. Restaurant business.
Okay.
So
That's pretty good.
I mean, yeah, I can't believe it. I swear to God, before the pandemic, I don't know if I knew it existed. There were a lot of commercials on TV.
Yeah. Well, I knew it existed because I've seen it before. Just I've never been to one on an Uber Eats pickup.
Really?
I have not.
They're definitely on it because I picked up, and there was like
It's
a line of Uber Eats.
Yeah, it's just a spot that's just not. There's only one of them, and it's just the guessing game or the luck of trying to get that one place is probably just difficult to pull off and maneuver. I know this might be like boring, but at some point in this episode, I just need you to read to me the sandwiches that are on there because you said this is like we just got the one that was the go-to that was recommended.
Yes,
but I am just curious what's on the menu. So I guess we'll do that. First, tell people which one we had today, which was the hook and ladder.
Hook and ladder.
But to anybody listening, that
Well,
doesn't mean much. But what came on the hook and ladder, what was on there, what it was,
okay.
and what it all entailed.
All right. Well, I need a second here. But so the hook and ladder was turkey and ham, and they did say that there's pepper jack cheese on it. And so they mentioned that their lunch meats are steamed, which is actually what you're supposed to do if you're pregnant.
Okay.
So that's good.
Not that you only had a nibble.
Yeah, no, I had a
bite,
nibble,
whatever.
but so basically they don't heat. I guess they don't toast the whole thing. Like they steam the meat, they toast the bread.
Wow.
And then they put the veggies on. So
Right.
So we had it hot because that is the default.
All right. Well, what else?
Okay.
What is that one, and then what else is on here?
Do you want to know like all of the subs?
Yeah, you don't have to go read them in details, but
All right.
I'm just curious what's on. Like real
Okay.
quick, the salami, the chicken,
Hot subs. Pastrami Reuben, Smokehouse beef and cheddar brisket. That was the second most popular. Firehouse meatball, sweet and spicy meatball.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
New York steamer, Italian, turkey bacon ranch, club on a sub, Firehouse steak and cheese. That was a popular one. Engineer. I don't know what that means. Firehouse hero. You can make any of them cold. So it's kind of interesting. It's sort of the
Like the
opposite.
meatball you could make cold.
Okay, I mean maybe not that one. And then they have cold ones. They're all your basics. There's a corned beef brisket.
So your standard meats.
Yes, there's nothing interesting on that. And then they do salads as well.
Gotcha. Okay, so what was on the one that we had with the hook
Okay,
and
so
ladder?
the one that we had was, like I said, turkey and ham, and it was supposed to be pepper jack cheese. And this is what so I think we had was Jersey Mike's, we had it Mike's Way. This is called Fully Involved, so this whole theme is Firehouse, obviously. And it was started by two brothers who are firemen in Jacksonville, Florida.
That's cool.
There's only like 1,100 of them, I guess, still. I mean, there's not many around here. But so this Fully Involved, I'm assuming, is a Firehouse term, or it's just random. Oh, we did not get our kosher dill pickle on the side, did we?
I guess not. Unless you ate it
all
in
right.
the car.
So loaded, complete with mayo, deli mustard, like the mustard with little dots in it, lettuce, tomato, onion, and kosher dill pickle on the side.
Maybe we didn't get a pickle because we had junior size.
No, it did say on the receipt.
Oh, it said pickle?
Yeah.
Oh, so the whole order to begin with, it was missing items. I mean,
yeah, okay.
I mean, I don't think there was cheese on it.
There wasn't cheese on it. So I'm going to say, to back up, I would say this is not far from my default deli order in general.
Okay.
I would say like a turkey, pepper jack, lettuce, tomato, onion, some form of mustard sandwich, aside from being on, like, I would put it on wheat.
Yes.
And probably do like a honey mustard or like a yellow mustard, maybe not deli mustard, which I actually end up loving. This is pretty close, like my kind of go-to, I'm at a random deli order.
Gotcha.
So I did really like it, actually. I was a little sad about the pepper jack cheese, just because I feel like I haven't had any lately.
Well, I tried it, and you know me, I'm like picky with cheese, and I was like, oh, I don't mind this pepper jack. And then I realized there was none there.
Yeah, there was none on there.
I don't really have... I know with our previous episodes, we talked about memories. This is my first one, and it's not even...
My memories are going to be, this was on a lot during the quarantine, the commercial.
The commercials, yeah. So I know, like, in the past, we can kind of go into more details on that. I just don't really... I don't really have any stories to share about the Firehouse Roadhouse sub.
I think what is interesting are these ratings. So it's on the smaller scale of a chain restaurant. So, okay, so this is the ranking for the fast casual. So they do, like, this is actually like a scientific rating. It's not like we like that one.
Yeah.
So it ranked best of service and hospitality. So it got like 71% approval, 60% ambiance and appearance. Now that was hard because I think because of the pandemic, they cleared out all of the tables.
Yeah.
So it just seemed like a very big empty room. Like it was very long.
Yeah.
And I had to go far back to get the sandwich. Food and beverages, 61%, takeout and convenience, 65%, value, 52%. I think, I have to say, this was cheap as hell. I thought the value was great. For the ones on here, just as a sort of an overview. So that was number one. Number two is something I've never heard of before.
Yeah.
Newks, N-E-W-K.
Never heard of that.
Never heard of it. Second is Zoe's.
Never heard of
which
it.
I do feel like maybe came up on Doughboys.
Fuddruckers I've heard of.
Fuddruckers, which makes me think of Myrtle Beach. It was one of those outdoor malls.
Makes me
Myrtle
think
Beach.
of New Jersey. There's one on, there used to be one on the highway, and it's now a Shake Shack.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I kind of feel like Fuddruckers is like a real, like, elementary school thing for me. Like, that was like the cool place to go in Myrtle Beach when I was like in 6th grade. So yeah, I thought those were kind of done. And the last one is McAllister's.
Can I just tell you a Fuddruckers memory?
Sure,
now that you
we should
brought
do
one up?
Fuddruckers.
Is there one around?
I don't know.
My Fuddruckers memory was they had Ninja Turtles, the arcade game, and I was playing it, and my dad gave me quarters. I was like, this is great. And I remember, I don't know how old I was, but there was kids that were older than me, and they were like talking. They're like, wow, he's really good. And I was like, my dad was like proud of me. It's,
oh my
gosh.
gosh.
That was just a cool moment. And I remember the fries being good, like thicker. I could be making that up.
I don't know. Yeah.
I mean thicker. But that was a good place to take kids.
Yeah, that was like just a cool place. I don't know.
Yeah, it was like, it was better than McDonald's. But it was kid friendly.
So then so these were like fast casual. So it ranks one for a fast casual chain.
Gotcha.
And it ranks number one for sandwich chain.
So
it is on the top of every list.
So they do well.
And then
I feel like though maybe we tried not one of the I feel like something with like the meatball or something. I feel like this was
this is the thing that started, but it's like with Jersey Mike's.
Yeah, no,
we're trying to control the variables as much as possible here. Do you want to hear what the top 10 chains are overall?
Sure, let's hear it.
All right, Seasons 52, which I am dying to try, and we have never been
This
to.
is top chains for what? For
United States, just overall. And it's ranked service hospitality. It's the same rankings that we talked about, like ambiance, appearance, value.
So
Seasons 52, I'm
never heard
fascinated about. Yes, you have, because I've obsessed about it before. There's one in San Diego.
You said I listened. No, it's just...
That's a valid point. They have these tiny little shot glasses of desserts.
Okay.
And that's the thing I really want to try the most. Like, you can get like a key lime pie, but it's like this big, and it's like a mini key lime pie.
Okay.
You can order like 10 desserts. I'm dying to try it. There's this one that we've walked by a million times in San Diego. That's the one I always bring up.
Okay.
The next one's a tropical smoothie cafe, which I feel like those died with like the smoothie trend.
I remember those places.
Cracker Barrel Old Country Store.
Been there.
Been there, of course. Zoe's Kitchen again.
Never heard of it.
The Papa Murphy's Pizza.
Nope.
Nuke's Eatery.
Nope.
Firehouse Sub. And then it's like, how is this even on the freaking... How is this not number one? Why? Like, it shouldn't even be on the list. Ruth's Chris.
I mean, that's such a different
That's what we should
place.
do for, like, number 100. We were talking about that?
Oh, my God. Yeah, it'd be like $1,000.
Or Houston's.
Yeah, that'd be a fun one. Well, that's not a bad... You know what? I like that idea. Maybe like do like
I've never had Houston's.
Do a class... They make the best chicken fingers I've ever had.
Are you serious?
Oh, they're so good. Their chicken fingers...
I like shitty chicken fingers.
Their chicken fingers are... the chicken finger salad they have is an all-time great.
Well, maybe
all-time great.
I know we've been thinking something for 100, so...
That's not a bad idea. I like that. I like that idea though for 100. Like we got like a Ruth Chris steak.
Yeah, no.
Although, are they doing takeout these kind of places?
I'm sure
now?
that's the only way they can survive.
Yeah, no, I guess I just didn't know if it's such a weird place to do takeout because you don't get like the orders are huge. And those see the problem with those kind of spots is the food has to be eaten there. Like it goes down. Like those steaks aren't the same.
Well, that's kind of what I actually wanted to say was, I think sandwiches might be like the best category of takeout food.
I think after doing 3 weeks of this, I would agree. There's nothing. I mean,
because there's no loss in quality. Even though this was a hot sandwich and it was a journey to get there and back, it was still retained all the qualities of it.
I guess if you got like a meatball sub with melted cheese or that brisket with the cheddar, maybe that kind of meat with all the fat on it could not be as good. But all in all, the sandwich, the integrity, by far the best of the travel foods.
Yes, absolutely. So, anyway.
That's what I've learned from doing a whole podcast. If I get anything out of it, it's that.
Yeah, and I also love sandwiches. Like,
yeah,
I really...
You're more into them than I am.
I love sandwiches.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to the lobster.
Yeah, I think they're such a treat. All right, Fleming Prime Steakhouse number 2 and number 1 is
Have you ever been to a Fleming?
Chick-fil-A. No, I don't think
there
so.
was
I have a
one
gift
in
card
Fort
for
Lee.
one.
It's a good steakhouse.
I have actually the gift card I have is for it's for Fleming's and it's also for a Seasons 52.
I don't understand how like Chick-fil-A is ranked ahead of like a Ruth Chris and how you even they're so different.
Well,
they're such different price
I guess
ranges.
it's like value for what you get though. Like is it a $50 steak or is it a $4 sandwich? Like
right. No, I mean right, the affordability from Chick-fil-A is a little bit better than
we still haven't done
Chris.
Chick-fil-A.
How is that possible?
I don't know.
We should probably do that too.
Yeah.
We still. The good thing about doing this is it's a never-ending.
I
pool
will
of
say
options.
the one thing I have noticed though is like since we've been doing this, there have been a lot of like special new items. There's been like zero. Like there's not the Popeye's chicken sandwich like
Right.
stuff like that or like it's. I don't know. I guess really, I was going to say since the Shamrock Shake, which is also about when we got locked in the houses, they really just haven't been innovating, which makes sense because you don't want to have like more new products and stuff that's not going to.
No, this is just not the time.
More inventory that's not going to sell.
No, this time of year too. It's just do. It's almost like right now, people are taking out. Just do maybe
it's
what
comfort
works.
stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Do what you know works. Go to the classics. Know what people like. Know what they order, and go from there. I don't know. Or do you think maybe like coming out with something new? If you can't go to the restaurant, you're not going to make money on it.
Yeah, no, I think. Well, even with fast food though, I've noticed that there's been like a real. Since I guess, what else did we try? There was something else at McDonald's around then. I feel like we did the
chicken fingers with the barbecue sauce.
No, there was something else. But we did the Wendy's breakfast sandwiches. Those were like there's been no big exciting like.
No, the chicken fingers, the tangy BBQ chicken fingers.
We tried those forever ago. I'm talking about in March.
In March,
there was something else along with like the St. Patrick's Day shake that was like a big deal then. There's been nothing since then. There's been no like Dunkin' Donuts hasn't come out with anything, like
no.
the big.
This has got to be why. I mean, it's had to have.
I'm sure they were like, guys,
everything.
you know what sounds good next April, or
right,
May or whatever.
Let's just go to the classics.
So yeah, there's still plenty to try. I have noticed that there's not like here's the new thing.
I know.
It's more like grocery store stuff, I guess.
Yeah, which is too bad because we could have had some fun with stuff. I mean, geez,
we still have plenty to go.
No, I know. And now I'm like thinking of somebody like hula hands. We got to do something for you.
Oh God, I love. Although you know what, a bunch of the hula hands in New Jersey have closed. Yeah, I'm a big. I think
I know where there's one that's open by another mall.
Yeah,
this sounds so cliche. Everybody's listening to this. They're just malls in New Jersey.
Well, and the funny part is we live in the area that there's none of that.
There's none of that. No, it's very.
But if you want to go to the mall, like, just go in any direction. You can go to the mall.
You'll find your way to a mall.
Although I don't know if I'm going to be much of a mall person moving forward. I hated them to begin with.
Well, now it will be social distancing malls, also known as eBay.
Yeah, exactly.
And online ordering.
Yeah.
And Amazon.
I don't want to be trapped in there with other people. I hate shopping. It's like a nightmare. Anyway.
Do you want me to read you the scores from last week's?
Yeah.
Curious. Okay. So as we mentioned before, this is all part of May Madness. This is the third installment. We've done Jersey Mike's and we've done Subway.
Did you average them?
The average of 2? No, but I kept the scores. 3 categories: takeout, presentation, heat factor, and taste. Next week will be the 4th spot, and we'll see what ends up being the superior sub here for May Madness. So, Jersey Mike's takeout presentation, 5.5 for me, 7 for Jess. Heat factor, 9.5, 9. Taste, 8, 8. Subway, a dip below, 5.5, 6. Takeout, heat factor, 9.5, 8. Taste, 6.5, and 7. Are you ready to get to the scoring here for the Firehouse Submarines from the Chutes and Ladders? Good game, by the way. We haven't played any board games.
No, we haven't. We have not played any board games.
No, none.
We should talk about Mayo Gate here.
Okay, let's talk about Mayo Gate. So go for it.
So this is actually really frustrating me. Is I read an article about Firehouse subs, like when we were even coming up with this idea. So it's been a couple of weeks, and so they're based out of Jacksonville, Florida, and I guess they consider themselves to be like, I don't know, Florida. I never know what to say. Like, are you Southern? Like what is it?
It's just it's everything.
It's like if I tell an actual Southern person that I went to school in Virginia, they're like, that's not Southern. So I don't know. I don't know where these borders lie. So anyway,
Florida's its own separate country.
But in this article, they alluded to the fact that it was like a Southern restaurant, and they love them some mayo. So that's why they're I can't even remember what that term
People
was.
in the South like mayo?
That fully involved.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, people in the South like mayo. That's the thing. And that was a very northern myopic view of the United States. That is like a very well known thing.
Gotcha.
So that's why their fully involved defaults to having mayo.
Okay.
And apparently it's pretty generous.
Okay.
So when I said we should have it by default, what did you say?
I said let's not do the mayonnaise. It's like I don't want to, because if it's going to be that glopped on, and people might give me shit for this and say you're not doing it right and you're not being fair to the integrity of everything. I wanted to eat the sandwich. I didn't want to just have a bite and throw it out and waste the food. So that was my rationale. And I know we do these taste tests, and what ends up happening is we each have a bite, and then I'll maybe eat the whole thing. Then I might save it for later in the night. I might even have it the next day for lunch. At some point in time, it's fully consumed.
Unless it's super gross, but that's...
Unless we try something and it's just
95% of the time it's...
But I'm going to like, turkey, ham, and whatever. It's like I'm going to eat the thing. I'm not a huge cheese fan, but I'll eat it. But if it's glopped on with pours of mayo and it just ruins it for me, I was like, we're going to eat this sandwich for the full sandwich, even though it was basically a kid size. I don't want to waste it. You get fucking mayonnaise all over the place. So we said no to the mayo. And we made an executive decision that we were going to do that. Because let's be honest, if there was mayo on this, the scores would be horrible.
Well, okay, so I just have a question for you then. So you don't eat cream cheese on your bagel.
Yes.
So, like, my ideal bagel is lox with cream cheese, lettuce, tomato. Like, I like a classic New Yorker bagel. You get whitefish or tuna fish on your bagel, which is basically just mayo with that item in it.
Correct.
I would like you to reconcile this discrepancy once and for all for me.
It tastes different to me when it's thinned out and has something else in it, and there's other components to it. I don't mind an aioli. I just hate straight mayonnaise.
Because this just makes
Why can't I have my tuna and eat it too?
I'm just asking because I don't know if you've ever had mayonnaise on a sandwich, and it is not my go-to. Like, if you have the option, if it's on there, I'm not going to freak out, though. It's usually a paper-thin sliver on a sandwich. Like, I don't know what you're expecting.
I don't know. I see that mayonnaise jar. You ever seen a jar of mayo? Like the big
jar?
I'm
an adult human who lives in the world. I've seen mayonnaise.
I just assume it's just going to be so much on there. and just, I don't know.
Okay, well, think about the mustard.
Why are we just
No.
micromanaging my food anxieties?
This is not micromanaging. This is asking a clarifying question.
Okay.
So, with the amount of mustard that was on there, which was fairly minimal, and it was very good. What if it was like a similar amount of mayo? That was almost nothing. That mustard.
That would have been gross. But why would you want mayo and mustard together? That doesn't make sense.
I know, it's very popular. That's how all of their sandwiches come.
How would you want they don't seem to work together in my head. You get one or the other. But together? Ugh.
All right. Well, some week I feel like when we need to have we're feeling like big spenders, we should just do one sandwich one way and one sandwich the other,
right.
with and without. Anyway, I just want to rectify that. And I am not a mayo fan. I find it more offensive the way you consume it, like in a tuna salad, than on a sandwich. Like, I wouldn't even, because I think you just don't notice it on a sandwich.
Well, I think you do. I think on the sandwich you notice it, and when it's in a white fish salad on a bagel, you notice the fish. And it just gives it a nice little...
And not the quarter cup of mayonnaise in it.
No, not the quarter cup of mayonnaise.
Okay, all right. Sounds good. Anyway, we just had to clarify that.
How was the experience getting it?
The app crapped out on me 3 times, and I was very worried that I ordered 3 sandwiches.
And you?
I had to call them.
Do you think because we canceled the mayo, maybe that canceled the cheese by accident? That's my only guess.
I mean, I have the receipt. It just said no mayo.
But, I mean, when the person was making it.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe
they
screwed
I don't
up.
know.
That was my guess.
I don't know. They didn't seem that busy, but...
Still make mistakes.
Yeah, no. The app sucked. And I do have to say, in follow-up to last week, Subway is trolling me. They send me an email like 3 times a day.
Now that you're on their list?
Oh, yeah. It is out of control. I'm like, oh my god, it's Subway again.
We need you to eat right, eat fresh,
I need
eat right,
to
whatever they
unsubscribe. They know what I'm talking about.
That's amazing how fast that stuff
Oh my
happens.
god, I can't tell you how much I'm thinking about Subway. I'm like, god damn it, Subway. Yeah, so anyway, the app did not work at all. I thought it was because I tried an American Express card.
Yeah.
And I was like, ugh, so I'll try a Discover card. I know, I like 2 weird brands, but good points.
Yeah.
So then I just tried a Visa, and it was like, no. And I was like, all right, well, I'm either having 3 sandwiches. So then I just called, and they were like, no, we didn't get any of them.
Done,
yeah, so I just called and said, this small. And they did tell me, they were like, this small is real small. And it was.
But again, I didn't want a full sandwich.
It was like 5
for lunch.
o'clock that we ate it. It was like a weird time anyway.
I had lunch. This is before dinner.
Well, it was about time for my afternoon pregnancy snack, so that actually worked out really well.
Perfect.
Yeah, so it is out. So there's this Route 46 in New Jersey that's where you would go to buy furniture. Like, I feel like that when we first moved here, we went there like all the time, and that's where the mall is. But like in daily life, like, I do not want to go out there because it's like we're like in the burbs. Like, I don't want to go out and hit the highway. But man, do they have every single chain restaurant that you could basically think of? I like was looking. I was like, ooh, I saw these other sandwich chains. I was driving out there.
I know that. Well, that's why I'm out on that way too. I'll think about like this could be good. This could be good. This could be a good place. That could be a good place. This could be fun. This could be fun.
Yeah, and it was really interesting because it was the only thing open in an entire strip of malls. So it was like. That was really creepy.
The only game in town.
I was like the only car in like an entire parking lot. It was weird. So anyway, the order was perfect. So it was just, it was frustrating because I did have to pay in store. And
Credit cards.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't touch, there was, I put it in, pulled it out. There wasn't a big deal. They had plexiglass. They had...
Pull it in, pull it out. Not a big deal.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, you said it. I'm just...
being
repeating
a pervert.
I am. It's funny. I would think you would pull it in, pull it out when you were at Jersey Mike's.
Oh, God.
Because I'm Mike.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's how we got in this mess.
All right.
That's why I needed a 5 o'clock snack.
Okay. You want to do the review or do the food review?
Yeah, let's do the review.
So it's time about intercourse. All right, here we go. Takeout presentation. Dun, 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 dun. A little controversy on this bitch.
All right.
It was a little different than in the past. So, takeout-wise...
I was stunned when I looked in the package because I just grabbed it and go.
So, from Subway and Jersey Mike's, think of your typical sandwich. It was in the... What kind of wrapping paper?
Kind of like a wax paper, or like a tissue papery kind of...
everything you think of when you think of getting a sandwich. And now you want to debate into the coloring with the green and yellow for Subway. Jersey Mike's with the red, white, and blue. The blue gimmick. Okay, fine. But this... It was in a container like you would get French fries.
Yes, or like a hamburger.
Or a hamburger. So maybe because it was super small?
Well, I was wondering because it was hot. But then the question is, if you got the 12-inch, do you get like this giant like...
Right.
Like it's like a...
Have to not.
Like a foot-long hot dog, like, opening container. I
don't know. And we took pictures of it. So
yeah, it has the little tabs so you can open. Honestly, just think of like a classic... Anywhere you're at like a ball game, you get a burger.
Yeah.
It's in that kind of a container. So,
it was stunning.
And I do have to say, because in the pieces that I tried of it, the lettuce and tomato and onion were everywhere because it fell out.
Yes.
Because it wasn't like burritoed.
When we get the fourth one, which will be Blimpie or Wawa, whatever we decide on, I'll make from the pictures one of those square things and put out like 1, 2, 3, 4, and people have people vote. But that was very different. Now the bag that it came in was a brown style paper bag that had their logos imprinted on it. That wasn't very fancy.
And
special.
So I didn't notice it until you like pointed it out that the box had I don't know. It's like an embossing, I think is what it's called, where it's like punched out. Mm-hmm. Firehouse subs, but there was no color to it. You could have easily. Yeah. I was not a fan, but I'll let you.
Not a fan of that. Why not?
No, of the branding in general. I thought it was too mild for like something that's like a growing chain. I was like, I have no. If you were like draw their logo right now, I'd be like, I have no fucking clue.
I have no idea. I don't either. But I was just so impressed by going a different route with a sandwich. I went with a 7. I was just like, you know what? They're being different. Even though if that was like a French fry order, I'd be like, it's a 3. It was so terrible. But I was impressed that they didn't go the typical route. Now, granted, like we said, if it was a bigger sandwich, maybe they went with that paper. We'll never know because we're probably never going back. Maybe we will. Who knows? But I went with a 7.
Okay, so I don't know how to rate this because I love toppings on sandwiches, which I talked about before. And that was by far the biggest mess. It would be like taking a burrito and instead of like wrapping it in aluminum foil, like putting it in a box.
Yeah.
Like just shit everywhere.
Yeah.
But then I started thinking, it's a hot sandwich.
Yes.
If you wrap like hot lettuce is gross. Oh. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, like, is this to give it air? And it's genius. I don't know. I'm also like, or am I just like massively giving them the benefit of the doubt?
But again, it goes back to my point. What about the big, like the 12 inches?
Because they're like 4, 8, and 12. Like, if you got a 12-inch, do you have a 12-inch by 4-inch box?
Yeah, I mean, the box that we use for this is just what you would get for like, and everybody has this size.
Yeah. So that's I don't know.
I don't know.
So
I don't know.
Oh shit! I've talked myself in and out because I really did not like it.
So what's your score?
I'm gonna give it a 6.
That's good. A 6. That's what you gave Subway.
Yeah. Well, that's not probably a great comparison because I don't really like anything Subway. Although that sandwich was not terrible that we had.
Yeah. No, I gotcha. Okay. Heat factor. This, again, we've talked about. The sandwich is the one that's been, like, the best by far.
Oh, yeah.
Now, because this one was supposed to be a hot meal, I'm going to go a little lower than I have in the past. Still very good. And I'll be like, if I had this, I'd be very happy with everything. But just based on, like, it not being as hot as maybe it could be right away. But, again, not cold. The bread was nice and toasty, like... heat factor, I went with an 8, which I still think is very good score considering some of the things we've had in the past.
I'm gonna go with an 8.5. So the bread was toasted. So this is what I was wondering about before we even ordered it, before I ever knew what it looked like. This was a real, like, no idea what we're walking into kind of a situation. So I was worried that the bread would be toasted, and I knew it was not going to be, like, piping hot, because it's 12 to 15 minutes, something like that, for me to get home from there.
Yeah.
You know, and I was worried the bread would be hard. Do you ever have that, like, where you heat up bread?
Yeah.
And it's, like, good for, like, 5 minutes, and then it's, like...
It scratches the roof of your mouth.
Yes, exactly. Like that's what I was worried about. So that was not a problem at all. And the lunch meat was still warm. And so I'm going to give it 8.5, because I thought... it didn't like. It must have not been so hot that it didn't cook the veggies.
Yes.
So, and that's a big deal because that is super gross.
There's
There's a very fine line of hot sandwich, cold stuff on it.
Yes. No, I'm
which
with
I
you.
like when it's done right.
All right, taste here. This is by far to me the most interesting one, and I'm still kind of on I haven't even given a score yet. Maybe I'll talk it through, and we'll see.
I have to too, so I'm with you.
So I thought the bread was really good. I thought the bread was like really fluffy and squishy and really tasty, and I liked what they did with it with the quick little toast. I thought it was like perfect with the bread's form of things. I thought that was really good. I thought the mustard that they had on there was actually pretty damn good. I'm not a huge mustard fan. I'm not anti-mustard, but I don't go out of my way to have it. I thought the mustard they had was nice. It was a little spicy and had good flavor to it and really good. The two meats, not bad again. Very solid. Nothing fancy, nothing outrageously disgusting, but I thought the meats worked. But for some reason, when you put it all together, I wasn't in love with it.
Interesting.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about how I liked the bread. I liked the meats. I liked everything that was with it.
Do you think part of it was because it was kind of in... First of all, you ate it sort of in, like, components, but...
But I took a bite through it.
But it also wasn't super smooshed together from the container.
Maybe. I don't know. Something... I can't put my finger on it, but something was missing. So even though everything all was good... and all of that came together, and I liked all the components. As a sandwich, it wasn't my favorite with it all together.
Interesting.
It
wasn't exciting. I will say
maybe
that.
that's what it is. Like, it wasn't my favorite of the meats. And I think that may have been it. Like, okay, Jersey Mike's, I love roast beef. I love roast beef.
Yeah, then this is my wheelhouse.
Subway, I like spicy Italian meats. Turkey and ham, I'm just like...
No, it's not exciting.
It's
like, in theory, it's not exciting.
So I went with a 6, which is actually lower than the Subway score. Because then I thought the quality was good. I thought the quality was even better than Subway. I thought it was on par with the quality of Jersey Mike's.
Interesting.
But I just thought the Jersey Mike's roast beef with the vinaigrette was just better. So
now I
ended up with a 6.
I feel like we should have done... Well, this really was, like, the right one to do.
That's it. We're not out here looking for, like, our perfect meal, what I would get. It's all part of May Madness. All part of May Madness.
Scientifically, it definitely is the right one to have chosen.
Yes.
But it definitely is not necessarily in your wheelhouse.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm still not 100% sure on mine either. So let's say... Let me walk through it. When I opened it up, did you ever get a baguette at, like my mom would sometimes get them at the grocery store, or like baguette rolls? Have you ever seen those? They're like small.
Yes. Yes.
And they have like this weird dot print on the back of them. Have you ever seen, like, they have like a little imprint on the back of like the thing itself? So that is the first thing I saw because I opened it up upside down. And I was like, oh, this bread is going to suck. And that was the first thought I had because I had high hopes for this.
Right.
The bread did not suck.
No, the bread was I thought the best part.
I thought, but I really, looking at it, I was like, this is not, it didn't look good at all. It was really good. I thought as a turkey and ham go-to, particularly turkey, connoisseur.
Do you just wink at me when you said
my
that?
contact has a cat.
You went like this.
I know.
You were like ham. Turkey. I was like, what the fuck
Have you
was
noticed that my left eye's been tearing up? There's like a cat hair in it this whole time.
Well, during this podcast, you've had a runny nose and a nosebleed. I mean, you've really been.
It's all because, yeah, I know. It's really very attractive. I feel very attractive right now.
It's okay. I feel terrible about myself, so don't worry.
Well, we're in a race to see who gains more during the quarantine.
It's you. It's going to be you, not me. You're pregnant.
Well, I'm up 4 pounds.
I'm up. I haven't been on the scale in 2 weeks. I don't want to see what's on there. So, TBA.
All right. Anyway, okay, so the bread, way better than expected. Lunch meat, I thought it was great, actually. I thought it was, like, I don't know what kind it is. I thought it was great without being a pretentious lunch meat brand that's like, I'm Boar's Head. Like,
that's your Boar's Head voice.
Yeah. And,
can you do the Boar's Head voice again?
I'm Boar's Head. It's like the Boar's Head Inn in Charlottesville.
Yes. That's hi, welcome to the inn.
Are they Jewish themed?
I want to the Boar's Head. Anything like that.
All right. Yeah. Oh, boy. Okay, so I liked that the mustard was on there. I would have liked to have the cheese on it.
Yeah.
It could have used a little more, I hate to say it, wetness. because there was just a little bit.
You know what's funny? If anybody else, like, I gave it that score, but, like, someone that loves cheese, I'm like, whatever with cheese, they'd be so pissed off, and the score would change. This score was probably better because the cheese was gone.
I know, God.
By accident. That was from the grace of God.
I'm just glad that everybody else gets to hear you.
My cheese bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, that part is nice.
Yeah.
Because then I'm not alone in thinking you're insane. Anyway.
Anywho.
So, I would have liked to have had the cheese on it.
Okay.
The mayonnaise would have probably... if there was too much, it would have taken away.
Yes.
It probably would not have affected my score. But I do have to say, it was solid. It kind of reminded me of, like, a Wawa sub, at least from the last time I had one. Like, I would totally pick that up if it were on, like, the road and we were stopping somewhere.
Okay.
But it wasn't like, I need to have that again. Does that make sense?
It makes complete sense.
Like, I would absolutely... If we pull off on it's like McDonald's, Subway, Firehouse subs. We're doing Firehouse subs. Like, that would be awesome.
Right.
But it's not something I'm going to seek out without it being on a road stop. So I'm going to give it a 6.5.
Ooh, so 6. That was your lowest score, too.
Interesting. Really, even lower than the Italian. See, I think I think this is definitely an expectation situation. Because I was expecting Subway to be garbage, and I was expecting this to be really, really good.
Yeah.
And it was good. I feel like we do need... should we do like a bonus episode and try the other sandwich?
Maybe.
It's not a bad idea.
Maybe a good Patreon.
Yeah, like to do like the...
it could be a good Patreon.
Because the other two that were like super highly touted were the beef brisket and the steak and cheese. Both of which, not something I'm ever going to order. Both of which, totally something you're going to order.
Yes.
So, but it might give us a little more of the essence. But I'm just saying, this was the first one that they ever had, so...
No, I feel you. Yeah, and if you want to, as you said that, I know you heard the commercial in the beginning, but Patreon, Mike Delivers, Patreon page, full catalog of episodes. If you like this, you can get another 15 podcasts of more shit like this and find out how I crashed the car, which is always a good story. A lot of marinara.
that looks like blood.
All right, to recap the scores, Firehouse in the hook and ladder. 7.6 for takeout presentation. Heat factor, 8, 8.5. Taste, 6, 6.5. So the only one I would say I would actually buy, like legit want to spend money and buy, that's not a tax write-off for this, is the roast beef from Jersey Mike so far. That one I liked.
Yeah,
I legit like that.
I mean, it was. These were similar.
Again, not that I didn't dislike it. I just don't think I'd go out and spend money.
No,
for
and
it.
I think that I said these were pretty similar styles of sandwich.
Yeah.
But I had really high expectations for this because it's the #1 chain restaurant.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I think more about Quiznos than I think about this sandwich. But I actually do think we should try. I guess I feel bad that we didn't. They also that we didn't give them a fair shake is more my thing.
Well, that's on you.
That is on me. I made the arbitrary rules
Yeah,
too.
no, I'm just joking. I just joking.
However, I guess also maybe I feel bad. They do a ton of philanthropy for for
now you're letting us on.
Yeah, they do a lot of stuff so that
For
people who are firefighters and first responders have resources.
Gotcha. Well, that's cool.
So
no, and I'm not saying no. Like I said, it was good. I think you're right with the expectation.
I think we should do it. I do think we should do it now.
You know what? I'm gonna go right now. Can you kill 45 minutes? If I said I have to go right now and go pick up a sandwich, you had a half hour to talk into this microphone, what would you start saying? All by yourself. Pretend I'm not even here.
Oh boy. I would probably give some type of science lesson because I could really talk about that forever.
All right, just pretend I'm not here.
No, I'm not.
Okay, all right, best thing you ate this week. But no, again, there it is. We'll do another Firehouse. We'll do that for the Patreon. We also have to do the spicy chicken sandwich for the Patreon as well. Shout out to Speakerphone Jones for that.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we have not done that. Best thing I ate this week. Oh boy. Do we have anything interesting this week?
Last night, we had a good dinner.
Yeah, that was good.
That was good. During the week, there was some gobble meals with some tofu dishes. But you have to just write shit down.
I know.
I'm just going to go with the pizza I had last night from Appi's. It was sausage, red onions, and buffalo mozzarella which was very good. Fried calamari.
Trying not to punch you in the face.
And the cheesy bread is the dope show. Fucking delicious.
Okay, well, mine's the cheesy bread. So this is, they call it garlic bread. And it is the best money you can spend in New Jersey, I think.
Yes.
You get a full, okay, so they use their pizza dough. And this is like expensive wood-fired pizza dough.
Yes.
And they roll it out to an oblong shape instead of a circle.
What shape?
Oblong.
It's a weird word.
It's the right
you made
word.
That word
no,
up.
It's not. That is the correct word. And then they slather it with like garlicky oil.
A lot of it.
It is so garlicky.
Very garlicky.
And then they put mozzarella cheese on top. And it's not buffalo mozzarella, just like regular mozzarella.
It's delicious.
And they cut it into like, they look like, little breadsticks. They're like little rectangles. And it is amazing.
It's something that like kids and parents can enjoy together.
It is $7, but
And
if you
it's so
ordered a
cheap.
cheese pizza, it'd be like $15 at the same. Like, I don't know what they're
I wonder
doing.
if you could order from there and say, "Can I add pepperoni to it?" What they would
So
say.
on the menu, there's a picture of it, and there are items. I think there's like maybe like mushrooms on it or something.
Interesting to note. Just thinking for next time.
Yeah. So that is so good. And then also we tried. You're gonna try a pie soon, but we got a piece of cake from this place.
Oh,
called
that was good. Yeah, good call.
Pure Love Pies, which like is a wholesale bakery, but then they opened a storefront like within walking distance, and we walked a lot yesterday.
Yeah.
We walked 7 miles, and we deserved some cake. So, it was like a strawberry swirl vanilla cake. It was just, it hit the spot after walking 7 miles.
All right, this has been episode number 75. Don't forget to download this podcast, subscribe. Please give a 5-star rating, leave a comment, and I'll read it on a future episode. Patreon page, Mike Delivers. Get bonus content like this and find out how I destroyed my wife's 2007 Toyota Rav4. Every time I say that with you looking at me, it is the worst moment of this podcast, but it's true. It happened. So check it out and download. Also, if you haven't heard, I've been talking about this, theprosclub.com. It is a website I co-created. It is a podcast site for producers and content creators. Featured on there right now, Bad Weather Fans, Outside the Box, and Real Talk Basketball with 7-year NBA veteran Rex Walters. He's got some great conversations on there with the likes of Stan Van Gundy and some other coaches and assistant coaches in college in the NBA. I highly recommend you check it out. I think you guys will really like it. It's inspiring shit. It's a really good podcast. It's at theprosclub.com. This has been episode 75. Next week, we will try our final sandwich for May Madness and see what gets the win, Jess. And then, well, I guess we'll probably have another week in May.
No.
But then...
No, yeah. Do we have 5?
Well, today's 17, 24. How many days in May?
They're 31.
We're going to have a bonus May.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
maybe we could do Wawa and Blimpie.
Maybe. Or we could get to the Red Lobster. Yeah, look.
Wait, so when's... Okay, I'm confused.
You know how a calendar works.
Yeah, but if this one's coming out on Thursday and then we try one next week and then it's coming out on the 28th, that's not a bonus one.
You're right. I'm a moron. So, we'll see you next time, and then we'll be at the Red Lobster. For my cat, Leon. For my wife, Jess. For my computer that's at some point is going to fucking explode with all the amount of audio saved on this fucking thing. I'm your host. Why am I ending like this? I'm like, this is not how I do this fucking thing. Jess, it was enough of that bullshit. I was like, and that's the episode. We'll see you next time. Make sure you download. Jess, it was fun. Thank you, and let's eat dinner. I'm hungry.
All right, so I gotta cook it first.